hawa watu wengine hawana mpango. Musipoteze na we cannot hand over to people hawana mpango. Ati mpango yao Ruto must go. Sasa
I hope that we are all in the same page, that President William Ruto is saying he will not hand over power to just anyone. According to him, he has some preference for someone to take power after him in 2027. Now, first of all, this is the president who accused the former President Uhuru Kenyatta of intentions of him not to hand over power to him. Though he was using reverse language, but the fact remains that at some point, he insinuated that probably their intentions not for him to hand over, not for him to get into the presidency, even if he wins. If you remember very well, even when Ogola was accused of meddling on the issues with elections, it was this same issue of handing over, where he said that Ogola and others were planning to stop William Ruto from being announced as the presidential winner in 2022. So therefore, if you look at this keenly, William Ruto knows very well that he made a mistake by saying that. However, in the politics, there's nothing that just happens. Everything is said with a certain objective. Now, President William Ruto is saying that, first of all, from the contemporary understanding, it is that is something he's thinking of or something he's planning to do, not just a coincidence, or it's an option on the table that is going to be considered in certain circumstances. Now, on this particular video, I want to take you through on why President William Ruto probably said this. But before I do so, if this is the first time you're watching my videos at Mukwa Times, kindly take a second and subscribe, like and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Ladies and gentlemen, my number is always here. For those who want to engage me, feel free to do so. For those who want to support the channel as well, you're highly welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe. Let me dive into the topic today. Now, Ruto, honestly, it was not a mistake, but it is a mistake to speak that way as a president of the Republic of Kenya. Let me take you through something here. First of all, we all know that there have been rumors that William Ruto might extend his term to 7 years. There are some rumors, especially from Chiradigei, that they want the presidential term limit to be extended to 7 years. Devki, the business associate of President William Ruto, came out and said that William Ruto could be in power for at least 25 years. 25 years. So these issues of William Ruto forcefully remaining in power have been, this conversation has been existing. So when this kind of a term that William Ruto is saying that not hand over power, when it comes from him, it is not a coincidence. It is not a surprise. It was expected, but not that the president to say it by himself. So the conversation has been there, and until Ruto said he cannot hand over power, that's when we realize that this is a reality. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take you through a process on how a president simply assumes office. First, of course, after 5 years, elections are held in the country. And the campaigns, okay, the leaders or maybe the candidates are very well vetted and confirmed. And then when they go to the ballot after the campaigns, Kenyans go to the polling stations every morning, actually very early in the morning, and vote for their preferred candidate. After this person has won an election, the IBC chairperson declares the winner. But the person who votes in a president, it is the common mwananchi. So every decision is made at the polling station. That's the number one. Number two, the decision that is made at the polling station, that is what we call handing over power. Handing over power from President Uhuru Kenyatta to William Ruto. From William Ruto to someone else. So they handed power, the Kenyans will hand over power to the person they feel they trust most. Ladies and gentlemen. So basically, as we speak today, William Ruto is talking of a different handover power. In that, he cannot go to Kasarani or whichever the venue and give the sword the constitution. He will not. That's basically what he's trying to say here. Irregardless of whether people vote him in or out. So he wants to say that there is somebody somewhere. I mean, if someone has won the election, William Ruto will first see you. Are you capable of running this country? Do you have the qualities? Tick. Are you okay on this? Tick. Are you okay on that? Tick. And then now, he can now decide and say, yes, this one, I can hand over power. Imagine Uhuru Kenyatta had the same, imagine if Uhuru Kenyatta had the same thinking. That if Raila Amolo Odinga does not win his preferred candidate, then William Ruto will not be handed over power. Was that the case? No. Uhuru Kenyatta, despite supporting Raila Amolo Odinga, he went to Kasarani. Despite the humiliation, he still handed over the sword and the constitution peacefully and then walked out of the stadium and left them to enjoy their party. He went back to Ishaweri. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a very simple thing to do. It was done by Moi. Uhuru as well did it. Now, on this particular video, I want to look into details why President William Ruto insinuated that he cannot hand over power to anybody. But before I do so, if this is the first time you're watching my videos at Mukwa Times, don't forget to subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, when I check critically, there are a few reasons that I've come up with here. Number one, this is the thinking that was there during the Moi era before 2002. Before Kenyans were opened up to various things in this country, before they were much more enlightened, Moi was having the same thinking. That's why he went actually for 24 years. Kenyans, however, fought for multipartyism. They fought for a new constitution, and things changed in this country. So as we speak today, William Ruto probably is in that era, thinking that he can take us back. But however, there are so many signs to show that William Ruto probably still lives in the Moi era. Why? The abductions due to different opinions in the political arena, both from the politicians and the common mwananchi. The killings, extrajudicial killings. During Moi's time, people used to disappear. People used to be killed. Literally for having different opinions towards Moi's opinions. So people disappeared. You cannot remember Robert Ouko and many others. So ladies and gentlemen, these kind of things that are happening in William Ruto's time are showing that his thinking is probably in the Moi era. To just take you back slightly, when we had the new constitution being promulgated in 2010, William Ruto was not in the crowd. The fact remains that William Ruto was against the new constitution as we speak today. So it was comfortable for the old constitution to still stay put and maintain the status quo and abolish this current constitution. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that thinking of William Ruto, it is emanating from the Moi era, from the Moi operations. Number two, I'm feeling strongly that William Ruto is sensing defeat. Just as he was not prepared to win an election. No, he was prepared, but he did not know whether he'll win. The same case right now, he has now seen that he's going home. He's not sure whether he'll get back his seat as a president of this country. So he's trying probably to create fear, not fear as such, but the fact that he's trying to show that there's defeat by saying that he will not hand over power. That shows someone else will defeat him, but he wants to only ensure that the person he's giving fits his preferences. Ladies and gentlemen, the other thing I can say here today is that there is a confirmation of William Ruto that all those sentiments about extension of the term limit, going for 25 years, it was his making. And probably that those sentiments were serious. They were very serious. Also, there's this idea that William Ruto is feeling that he owns the government. We know he has gotten into every sector of this economy. If he decides to stop fuel flow in this country, he can do it in just a phone call. So the fact remains that William Ruto has gotten into it. But despite your entrance, you're intruding to various sectors of this economy, you are not the owner of the government. The government belongs to the people of Kenya. Lastly, I think there's a hidden agenda that President William Ruto simply exposed from a distance. I don't know what that could be, but of course, in due course, we are going to realize the exact meaning of the words of President William Ruto, that he will not hand over power to anyone. My name is Abel Mukwa. See you next time for more videos. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel.